Okay, we're good. Good evening, gentlemen. This is a ceremony that is very solemn and support for our fallen. We ask that anyone has a pager or a cell phone to please turn it off so we have no interruptions. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, a group of servicemen and women stand to honor all veterans and the veterans known only to God. They stand guard over the tomb of the unknown at Arlington National Cemetery. The tomb has been patrolled continuously since 1930. They march in front of the tomb. They do this in all kinds of weather. When they ask why they do that, their answer is very simple. The men and women we are honoring deserve it and have earned it. Just a few points about the tomb. How many steps does the guard take in his walk across in front of the tomb? 21. How long does the guard hesitate and turn towards the tomb? 21 seconds. For the same reason as number 1. Why are the guard's gloves wet? So the guard moistens their gloves to prevent them from losing the rifle. Does the guard carry the rifle on the same shoulder when he passes? The guard carries the rifle on the shoulder away from the tomb. After the guard marches across the path, he executes a facing movement and changes to the outside shoulder. How often does the guard change? Every 30 minutes, the guard is changed. What are the physical traits of a tomb guard? For a person to apply to be a tomb guard, he or she must be between 5'10" and 6'2". His waist cannot exceed 30 inches. There are different requirements for female guards. Other requirements of the guard: they must commit 2 years of their life to guard the tomb. They live in the barracks that is by the tomb. They cannot disgrace the uniform or the tomb in any way. After 2 years, they are given a pin that is worn by them, signifying they are a certified tomb guard. There are only 420 pins presently worn, and the guards must obey all the rules for the rest of their lives to keep the pin. Their shoes are specially made. They have thick soles to stop their feet from burning from the heat, help them from the cold. There is metal pleats on the side of their shoes on the top to make a loud click when they halt. There are no wrinkles or folds or lint on their uniform. Guards dress for duty in front of a full-length mirror. They wear wool because it is the only fabric that will hold the crease. Their pants and belt must be 2 sizes small so they can maintain their posture. The first 6 months of duty as a tomb guard, they are not allowed to talk to anyone, nor watch TV. All the day they spent studying the 175 notable people buried at Arlington National Cemetery. The guard must memorize who they are and where they are interred. Some of the notables there are President Taft, Joe Louis, the boxer, Medal of Honor winner and recipient Audie Murphy, who was the most decorated soldier of World War II. They also must know the final resting place of Mr. Frank Woodruff Buckles. He's a West Virginian and was the oldest living American World War I veteran who passed away at the age of 110. Every guard spends 5 hours a day getting their uniform ready for duty. The tomb has some engravings on it. On the north side of the tomb, you can see a total of 6 inverted wreaths. These wreaths are for certain battles that were from World War I. The wreaths are inverted to represent mourning, as well as the 6 major battles of World War I. On the east face of the tomb, you will find 3 figures carved into marble. This is the face that most visitors the tomb do not see. The 3 figures from left to right represent peace, victory, and valor. Peace on the left is holding a dove in her hand while holding the right hand of victory. Valor on the right is holding a broken sword in his hand facing victory. Victory in the middle is holding the hand of peace and extending an olive branch towards valor. This symbolizes the devotion and sacrifice that went into the righteous triumph of these soldiers. On the west face of the tomb faces the plaza and the memorial amphitheater. The inscription on that is, "Here lies in honored glory an American soldier, known but to God." This is a prayer that's etched in the wall at the amphitheater at Arlington. "Eternal rest grant them, O Lord, and let perpetual light shine upon them." In 2003, Hurricane Isabel approached D.C. Our Senate and House took 2 days off in anticipation of the storm. They told the guard that they could suspend marching in front of the tomb. They respectfully declined the offer. No way. Soaked to the skin, marching in pelting tropic storm, they said that guarding the tomb was not just an assignment, it was the highest honor that could be afforded a serviceman or woman. The tomb is patrolled, as I said, 24/7 since 1930. As you can see, it takes a special person to be a tomb guard. It takes an individual who is willing to give up personal pleasures to honor the brave men and women who have paid the ultimate sacrifice for our freedom. A special breed of American is what it takes to do the things that the men and women do. Because they feel it's an honor, no talking for 6 months, no TV for 6 months, no iPads, no cell phones, and limited use of other things. As I said, it's a special breed. They honor the dead, known and unknown. As we were talking here, you could see that our tomb guards have been guarding the tomb here at Jackson Mill. We will now present 4 wreaths. They will be presented by your class and Mr. Bennett. The first will be by the Governor and the Attorney General. They will present the American Legion wreath. Just put it in this. The President of the Senate and the Speaker of the House will present the West Virginia wreath. The Adjutant General and the National Guard Commander will present the MIA POW wreath. The last wreath will be presented by our guest from National Headquarters, Mr. Jeff Bennett. And that is the American Legion wreath from National. To honor all of our departed comrades, we will now have a salute, a rifle salute, followed by taps. Bugler, post. Ready? Take these off. Aim. Fire. 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 We will now have a tribute by one of your classmates. He's going to play Amazing Grace.
Detail. Parade. Rest.
Whenever you're ready. As I mentioned before, when a tomb guard is trained completely, he receives a pin. Your tomb guards that are here tonight will receive a pin noting that they were a tomb guard at American Legion Mountaineer Boys State. I want to call your attention to the crosses in the back. There are crosses there representing all the major wars we have been in through history. The crosses that are behind the marker represent 1,000 West Virginia deaths by that war. I ask you if you would go back and look on your free time just to see that, if you wish. That concludes our ceremony here this evening. We will now be going to the assembly hall for the evening assembly. We will be doing our recognition of our guards here if you'd like to watch that before going down. Thank you, gentlemen, for your attention. Thank you.